there, man. I'm going to talk about everything, you know, even the transgender shit. You know, to be honest with you, I'm old school, and when I hear about males trying to register and fight females in the ring, doesn't ring true to me unless they're doing a heap of, you know, testing of their testosterone levels and their muscle mass densities and all of that. Because, you know, everyone should stick in their lane, man. You know, there's, you know, female fighting. The girls have worked hard to get it to the level it is. And we don't want to turn into a circus now with dudes jumping in and starting to smack on women. That's just bullshit to me, you know.
Yeah, well, remember the Brazilian MMA fighter Fallon Fox, the transgender MMA fighter.
Yeah.
Like I saw like a few of her fights, and it was like, man, like that was just like one of the opponents was like had got severe brain damage, had skull fractures, and you know what I mean. Like, look for me, like I'm the sort of belief of like let people be who they want to be. But like then to go in and then put someone else's health at risk, like I'm all for equality. Don't get me wrong, but when someone goes in and a grown man punching a woman, but then if the man is now transitioned to a woman, it's fair. Like it still doesn't sit right.
If people want to change their identities and fucking dress up as Batman and run around and, you know, do whatever they do, that's up to them, man. It's their business what they do.
Sure.
That, if it affects their life only, that's cool. That's cool. Dress how you want, be who you want, do what you want. But, you know, if I'm going to say I'm identifying as a woman, look, I'm in my 50s now. If I say, I'll do what's his name, Jenna, old mate, change to a woman, you know, and then I'll go, he was a sprinter, yeah, and then there's all the hormone stuff and that, you know, but he's still look at the dude, he's still not a svelte, you know, female, thin boned female. You know, his muscle density would still be somewhat there. He'd still be strong. Now, if let's just flip the script here. You know, I'm you know, getting up to 100 kilo, and I'm like, you know what? I'm chuck a dress on and say I'm a woman now. You know, that's how my thinking's gone, because that's what he's done. He's into his 50s and he's gone, I want to identify as a woman now. I want to be a woman. You know, I'm going to get the sex change done. I'll still jump in the ring and it put me against another 40 or 50-year-old woman. I'm punching them up, man. That's you know, I'm still going to have somewhat of a build on me, and I'm still going to, you know, even if my testosterone is totally depleted to zero, you know, which, you know, being honest with you, as an older male, that's happening to me anyway. But I'm still strong when I want to be. You know what I mean? Like, you know,
but it also depends.
There's so much. I also think variables in it all.
But I also think it depends on the skill level of that person as well. Like if that person gets in there and they're like not skilled at all and they're getting in there with a female-born multiple-time world champion, then that female-born multiple world champion is going to fuck them up pretty quickly. You know what I mean?
Look, that's happened in Thailand too. You know, where, you know, the beautiful boxer, you know, fighting. You know, that's a male transition to a female, but fights males. You know, so that's the uniqueness of that situation. So, look, it's a big topic, and we're sort of going off script here, but you said we're just talking about whatever, so I'm throwing it out there. I'm having a conversation. I'm having a conversation with you and the viewers as I would. It's open. You know, I'm all about people doing whatever they want. So I certainly do that in my own way. But there's elements of things happening now in our world that sometimes have you scratching your head a bit, and going, man, it's, you know, there's things that's the change is good, but it's got to be moderated. You know what? When people started burning fossil fuels and pumping it into the air, and people were, you know, when cigarettes were first come out, everyone's like, man, it's good for you. Doctors were smoking. You know, people were doing, you know, all of that was okay at one stage in this planet. Now, hang on a minute, this is not so good for us. You know,
my grandfather, when he came back from World War II, my mother told me this. He came back and he had PTSD. So he saw a doctor, you know, he was having all the nightmares, all that sort of shit. They subscribed to him. cigarettes, and whiskey.
calm him down. Well, now it's CBD oil, so we've transitioned a bit, you know. So
now we've gone to cannabis. Yeah, back then it was like, oh, you can't smoke the devil's lettuce. Now it's like,
but you know,
now
why I say I sort of bring it back to that is because at one point in society, things will be looked at as being, they should be able to be done. They're the right, you know, this is what we're doing, and everyone gets on board with it, until it's not so good anymore. And you know, we're seeing stuff now. You know, the transgender issue is a big thing. You know, how's it going to be? People still haven't worked out how it's going to be managed, for want of a better word. You know, I know in Victoria, I've been tipped off, and I'm also the president of the Amateur Association here, that there's males that are wanting to register as females in the fight game. So it's happening. And it's like, that's okay, but how are we going to manage it so that no one does get hurt? So this is what I'm saying. So, you know, that's why I draw the analogy of things that are sometimes, oh, this is okay. It's like AI, you know. Everyone's like, yeah, AI. Well, you know, this is something that's being launched, and you know, a lot of people are using it now. Geez, I wish I had it when I was running magazines, because I'd be writing, you know, feature stories in half an hour instead of 2 days. You know, so, you know, not only is it changing the face of publishing and you know, marketing and everything else, and you know, look at the Hollywood situation now. You know, these things are brought into society, and the implications of integrating them into our society sometimes aren't thought through. You know, that's like everyone goes gung ho, and then they're like, oh, hang on a minute, maybe we fucked up here. Maybe we shouldn't do it like this way just yet. You know, pump the brakes.